beautiful day, a beautiful breeze, a beautiful ceremony for an outstanding group of young men and women. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished platform guests, please join me in thanking our class marshals, Noah Damaris and Sasha Hodacek, and please welcome the graduating class of 2018. I would like to ask that you remain standing as our senior members of the concert choir, under the direction of Miss Susan Moyle, join the chorus to sing the national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing as I invite Senior Anna Legacy to the stage to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Gives me great pleasure to ask the members of the Bedford High School Concert Choir to perform their final selection. It is called On My Way Back Home.
Wander far and wide with the stars, my only guide, but I will find my way back home.
Seniors, yes, please join your classmates. My name is Bill Hagan, and I have the privilege, actually I have the thrill, of standing here today to represent the Bedford School District as we celebrate the successful conclusion of the high school experiences of these outstanding young women and men. Seniors, as you reflect upon your 4 years at Bedford High School, take the opportunity to embrace and commit to memory your own personal stories, the experiences, and enjoy the satisfaction of today. These experiences have played a big part in who you are, and who our school is, and of course, in defining what it means to be a Bulldog. To open this morning's ceremony, I'd like to introduce our distinguished platform guests. Joining us for the ceremony this morning are the members of the Bedford School Board. Board Chair, Mr. Jay Nash. Assistant Chair, Mrs. Cindy Shagnon. Board members, Mr. William Foote, Mrs. Jen DeAngelis, and Dr. William Kassler. Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Chip Magee. Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Michael Jetty. Associate Principal, Mr. Bob Jazokis, and Assistant Principal, Mrs. Rebecca Noe. I would a big hand for our platform. Our school district has a reputation of being among the best. We have achieved this distinction because each member of our school board cares about providing the young people a quality education. On behalf of the graduating class, I extend a sincere thank you for your commitment to the students of Bedford. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize the parents, guardians, aunts, uncles, grandparents, and all the influential teachers and staff members here this morning. It is evident that each of you have successfully met the awesome responsibility of parenting, nurturing, educating, mentoring these bright young people. In doing so, each of you have contributed to preparing them for the challenges ahead. I know only too well that not every moment was easy or joyful. However, you stayed the course, and our seniors and our world will be a better place because of your collective efforts. Seniors, find some time today, seek these people out, give them a big hug, say thank you. To the graduating class of 2018, I want to congratulate you for achieving the requirements and competencies for graduation from the Bedford High School, and I applaud your perseverance and determination, which are among the life skills necessary to meet these standards. As you sit here today and you contemplate what's next, know that it's going to be challenging. There'll be some excitement in your life, and it will be filled with life's ups and downs. However, while the outcome of your future is unknown at this time, please remember, as each of you make your way, that the measure of what constitutes success in life will be unique for each of you. I know how influential your teachers have been in helping to shape who you are now. I had some words from Emerson that talked about the measure of success. But then I said, we've got all these people here that are very close to me that have measured your success over the last 4 years. And so I asked them to share some pearls of wisdom for you around what it means to measure success as you move forward. I had a lot of responses. They have a lot of things to say to you. But I chose just a handful, otherwise we'd be here all morning. Mr. Beard says, success is the extent to which you challenge yourself to do something you think you can't do. Mr. Sarsfield says, success is finding a balance in all things. Mrs. Sarsfield says, after a long, arduous day, success is being able to tell yourself you are enough, regardless of the mistakes you have made along the way, as long as you own them. Mrs. Ultimus says, success is being a problem solver, not a problem maker. Mrs. Gagnon offers to be fully present now for this moment and for the person with you. Mr. Fritz says, striving to leave the world a better place than when you entered it. Mr. Pepper, he offers, success is appreciating and celebrating diversity and treating every individual with respect and kindness. Mrs. Farrelly, says success is being able to keep swimming even when the tide is against you. Mrs. Charbonneau says, learn to listen. Know there is nothing wrong with being the smartest person in the room, as long as you know it might not be you. Good advice. Mrs. Lucantonio says, success is knowing your limits and persevering in spite of them. Mrs. Gilchrist, of course, she offers, success is falling in love often, particularly with ideas, art, music, food, and far-off places. And finally, I offer you this. Just remember, whatever path you choose, what choices you make, as you have heard from your teachers, there is no standard for success. Your success will be measured by the way you live your life and the way that your decisions affect those around you. As you make your way along the road ahead, know that your life will be filled with limitless possibilities and an amazing diversity of people and culture. Remember the important values established by generations past, like respect and acceptance of differences in people and cultures, treating all genders equally, and protecting our environment. As the next generation, a generation we know that does not accept the status quo, I challenge you to step up and not just assume the responsibility of influencing these important values. Moreover, use them to influence the future of our world. Each generation before you has left a legacy. What will your legacy, what will this generation's legacy be? And how will you, as a graduate from Bedford High School, do your part to influence that legacy? To that end, I challenge each of you to draw upon all you have learned. Listen carefully, to search for differing points of view, and to seek to understand those different from you. I challenge you to be true, responsible stewards of our environment for each other and for future generations. I challenge you to be responsible and respectful people and leaders with the capacity to bring our diverse world together. Keep in your heart the knowledge that your actions, no matter how small, can have a profound influence. I am confident that the 2018 graduates from Bedford High School are well prepared to have an influence on the legacy of their generation, and as a result, an impact on our world. On behalf of the entire Bedford High School community, I say thank you. Thank you for the manner in which you have conducted yourselves, for the examples that you have set, for the challenging questions that you have asked. Thank you for the friendships made. Thank you for the positive imprint that you have left on our school. And thank you for the exciting and important memories with which you leave us today. I wish each of you happiness, luck, health, great success. May the best be with you all. Congratulations, class of 2018. Each year, an individual from the senior class has, through their actions, has lived the mission of Bedford High School and is recognized with the School Mission Award. The senior class, staff, and school administration all had a chance to offer feedback on the selection of this year's recipient. This year's School Mission Award goes to a senior who, through her years at Bedford High School, has lived the school's mission. Ambitious, caring, intelligent, resilient, all words that best describe this year's recipient. An extremely mature young woman, academically minded with a passion to learn. This year's award winner is an IB diploma candidate who has successfully taken the most rigorous classes our school has to offer. This year's recipient, by nature, optimistic and positive, always first, to help a struggling student and offer a helping hand to those in need. We are proud to announce this year's recipient of the School Mission Award, Kate Gavilanis.
Good morning, distinguished guest, Superintendent Magee, members of the school board, staff and administrative team, family and friends of the graduates, Bedford High School class of 2018. For the privilege of speaking to you this morning, I am humbled and grateful. Thank you. Now, on this wonderfully hot sunscreen-scented day, when we are gathered together to celebrate your academic success, I have decided to talk to you not only about success, but I have decided to talk to you about failure as well. And as real life is rapidly approaching us, I want to remind you of the crucial importance of imagination and openness. Now, what's it like in this so-called real world? Well, I've heard the food is a lot better, but beyond that, its Yelp review is pretty bad. No offense to our wonderful cafeteria options. In the real world, you will no longer get those soccer participation trophies your mom still has stashed away, because if everyone got a trophy, trophies would become meaningless. Here in Bedford High School, I think we can all agree that there's an unspoken but not so subtle Darwinistic competition with one another. The reward becomes the point of everything that we do. The result? We ignore the things we love in favor of those that we know will benefit us in the future. This only cheapens worthy endeavors. Do what makes you happy. Sometimes this means failing and trying again, rather than going after a goal that means absolutely nothing to you and winning. The goal of life is to do what makes you happy, not to try to be one of the best. I hope you caught me when I said one of the best. I said one of the best so we can feel better about ourselves, so we can count ourselves among the elite and enjoy a perceived leg up on the perceived competition. But the phrase defies logic. There can only be one best. You're either it or you're not. Therefore, failure is inevitable. So fail while doing something you love rather than going after a goal that means nothing to you. We can learn more from our failures, which cause us to become better people. Want to learn how to do something, not for the reward, but for the meaning it will have for you and those around you. First, there are times when you're going to do well and times when you're not. Successes, like getting an A in chemistry, which I admit is pretty great, or failures, which could be nearly failing that same class, which happens to be most of us, are not measures of success. The measure of success is what you think about what you've done, not only for yourself, but for others too. In fact, I think our parents have said this a bit differently to us all of our lives. You can only be happy if you like yourself, and you're most happy when you're proud of what you have done. Okay, so maybe sometimes they're right. Don't do something to look good on paper or to make others happy. Do it because you want it, because it is essential to who you are. Create your own definition of success. For some, it may have nothing to do with fame or money. The way I would define it is it has to do with fear. The fear of not living up to your true potential. Fear sharpens you. It challenges you. It makes you stronger. Don't run away from fear, because then you're only running away from your best possible self. Life will look you in the eye and try to knock you down. At that moment, all your knowledge won't matter. Not even knowing that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of a cell will save you. All that will matter is how afraid you are of falling. Life will hit you hard, and sometimes it takes getting the wind knocked out of you to remember what's really important. We need to be fearless and as committed as those that we tell stories about and live up to our own potential. There is going to come a time in your life when in order to succeed, you will have to trust, when you will have to take a big leap of faith. And when that time comes, I hope you will swallow your fear. You have a story, and a part of that is using your imagination and being open. I think we all have one or two embarrassing childhood stories. I know my friends have quite a few involving really interesting sunburns. Or for me, mine happens to be when I was 6. And I made up a game which was a fun twist on baseball. Our baseball was a rock. I can tell you right now, as I'm sure you guessed, it didn't end too well for my best friend's lip. Sorry again, Kelly. Around every corner, there is a story waiting to be told, and there are people who are dying to hear it. You just need to imagine it, actually write it, and then share it. You need to open your mind and see the stories of others are just as complex as yours. You may think you are the center of the universe, and I mean, are you wrong? Every experience you have had up to this moment has revolved around you. You have been the center of every Bachelorette episode, family drama, hi mom, or Red Sox win. Everything you see is from your perspective, but we come to realize we are not the center of the universe. Otherwise, there would be 7.5 billion centers, and I don't think it works like that. We need to learn how not only to imagine our own unique story, but to be open to the millions of others surrounding us, each with their own set of values and beliefs that are right too. Whatever strong belief you now hold about what it means to be successful, I hope you will stay open to the possibility that it can change. There's a version of our lives out there that is greater than any dream we may have right now, and I promise you will realize that one day. Your dream at 6 was different than your dream now, and what your dream will be when you're 32 or 72. And that's okay. You're constantly evolving. I know I wanted to be a singer when I was 6. Now I'm majoring in physiology and neurobiology, and maybe in 30 years, I'll be an art teacher. Who knows? The way you and I define success is different. Understand that people with their differences can also be right, even if their way seems unusual. The people around you are still growing, like learning how not to throw rocks. And their experiences will be unique. Accept that and be proud of everything you have accomplished. I hope you will always be like 6-year-old me and try new experiences so that you have a story to tell 12 years later. Do not lose your imagination. Imagine all the possibilities and the potential roads you can take. Follow your passion. Stay true to yourself. Never follow someone else's path. Unless you're lost in the woods here in New Hampshire and you see a path, then by all means, please take that. But choose wisely and enjoy the opportunities you will have. YOLO, my friends. You only live once. So climb the mountain, not to plant your flag, but to embrace the challenge, enjoy the air, and look at the view. Climb it, not so that the world can see you, but so that you can see the world. Go to Paris, not to cross it off your bucket list and congratulate yourself for being Pinterest worthy, but to experience Paris. Exercise free will and creativity and independence, though not for the belief that it will get you into Harvard for your graduate degree, but for the good that it will do for the rest of the 7.5 billion and those who will come after. A worthy moral of a story is that selflessness is the best thing you could do for yourself. Do not lose your imagination, and remember, the sweetest joys in life come with the recognition that you will fail, and that you have and you will succeed, even if it isn't in the way you might foresee. Remember that there is more to the world than Bedford, New Hampshire. Imagine the possibilities you can have. Be you, and I hope that you will take the time to improve the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. I'd like to ask the senior members of the Bedford High School Band to join their bandmates and conductor, Miss Kelsey Gaudette, for the last time, and for everyone to enjoy the class song, "We Are All in This Together." rise. The honor of giving the class address goes each year to the senior class president. In my tenure here, I have had the privilege of introducing these outstanding young leaders. This morning is no exception. Shawn Chatterjee is an intelligent, articulate, motivated young man. He is a scholar, a leader, an actor, an athlete. He is a young man of fine character, who is thoughtful and insightful, yet lighthearted and joyful. Charismatic, yet authentic and down-to-earth are additional qualities that draw his classmates to see him as a leader and friend. It is a pleasure to welcome Senior Class President Shawn Chatterjee to deliver the class address.
Ringer washing machine, 1, 2, 3. Can everybody hear me? Okay, sweet. Whew. I hope everybody brought their sunscreen because by the end of this, you will probably be as tan as I am. All right, we're off to a great start. Greetings, distinguished guests, alumni, faculty, family, friends, and of course, fellow students. I am Shawn Chatterjee, president of Bedford High School's class of 2018, and it is quite an honor to be speaking in front of you all today. When I first really thought about the idea of giving this speech, I'll admit I was just as excited as I was nervous. My mother actually saw this and tried to comfort me. It's only 3,000 people, she said. What could go wrong? It's not like you're gonna wait to the last minute to write this. Oh boy. Flash forward to yesterday morning, and I'm sitting on my bad laptop in front of me Googling best high school graduation speeches. I actually look over to my Amazon Echo device. Alexa, how long does it take to write a speech? I'm not quite sure about that one. Alexa, will I be okay? Probably not. Shawn. But it's okay because I did my research and used what other great speeches had and I guess metaphorically, copied and pasted them into my own speech. And it's not plagiarism, because I changed the words a little. I look out upon this fine group of beautiful, capable, great-looking, young students, and I cannot fathom how much we've grown. It's crazy. Some of us are actually smiling. I haven't seen a smile since like 2012 when we all listened to Pitbull. And I mean sincerely listen to Pitbull. Like it came on during our middle school dances and we would absolutely lose our shoestrings. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Pitbull, it's actually a type of dog that we let loose on the dance floor to spice things up. We have learned so many valuable lessons together about time management, perspectives, and diversity. Speaking of diversity, I am an Indian American. Very proudly so. But I was actually specifically told by my parents not to do an Indian accent for this speech, while simultaneously being told by my friends to do an Indian accent for this speech. High school is about choices. I guess family came first in this case. But punctuality is perhaps one of the most important lessons that we have learned together. During our time in high school, we become masters at setting alarm clocks on time to wake us up on time. We will set one at 6 in the morning, and another one at 6:01, and 6:02, and 6:03. Next thing you know, it's 7:55 in the morning, and you open your heavy eyelids, gaze towards the window, and wonder, maybe Mr. Chip Magee has called that snow day. And then you realize it's May. And Mr. Magee has stopped answering your numerous prayers on Twitter. No, we may not be on time for things, but that's just the classic millennial thing of us to do, right? Wrong. Turns out we aren't even millennials. We are something called Generation Z. So that had me thinking, all right, I guess we spent our lives adopting the previous stereotypes and characteristics of the millennials, the previous generation before us, but what are we actually known for? So I went ahead and I did us all as a favor, and I Googled it. What are Generation Z actually known for? And Google hits me with 2 words, meme generation. And let me tell you, I have never been so proud of anything in my entire life. I went downstairs, Mom, Dad, I'm not part of millennials, I'm part of Generation Meme. Dad looks at me, Ishan, school starts in 10 minutes, why are you in your underwear? This was also yesterday morning. So for those of you who are scratching your heads wondering, what is a meme? And I'm mostly talking to Generation X, the older people in this audience, because if you're a high schooler and you don't know what a meme is, you must be living off the grid. Like you haven't talked to another kid your age. Does Evil Kermit ring a bell? What about crying Michael Jordan? Do you remember Harambe? What about that Kendall Jenner Pepsi commercial? Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. LeBron's reaction to J.R. Smith's screw up. Anyone above the age of 20 is like, what is this kid talking about right now? Well, in short, a meme is anything that is funny that becomes a trend among people, typically on the internet. For instance, a child dressed in cowboy boots yodeling in the back section of a Walmart. That is a meme. Parking in senior lot for an entire year with nothing but a dirt lot pass. That is a meme. This speech is a meme. No, high school has been 4 years of extensive learning in and out of the classroom. We have attained knowledge that will allow us to prosper in a world that has endless opportunity, but is wrought with challenges and obstacles. Bomb threats, school shootings, political turmoil, the removal of Vine from the App Store, students exercising their voices, utilizing their rights to protest, to actively engage in real precedent issues. That is us. We are incredibly intuitive, voraciously inquisitive, and we hardly take no for an answer. We even managed to make Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Facebook, a meme, although it really wasn't that hard considering he is not human. Our class is undoubtedly the most brilliant, well-accomplished, and academically astute students that Bedford High School has yet to see. I once watched my fellow students put paper clips into electrical outlets in the library just to see what would happen. Did I join in? No comment. These students displayed the same tenacity that I see among all of our class. Curiosity with a dash of daring. Among us sit future doctors, musicians, engineers, singers, actors, artists, lawyers, and professional athletes. We may not always realize it, but we have accomplished so much and have been through so much together, and we aren't finished yet. We will take our talents, our passion, our drive, and we will make something of it. And in a moment of serendipity, we will look back on our roots. And what will we see? You'll remember your relationships above all else when looking back on these 4 years. Your best friend, your most inspiring teacher, your favorite lunch lady. These people are the people you may have to say goodbye to now, but you will remember them. And among the adults, teachers, coaches, mentors, our parents, most of all, have watched us grow and change. They've raised us, taught us, watched with confusion as we committed cringeworthy dances, whipping and dabbing our way through the last 3 years, and finally shooting our way across the finish line. Life is unpredictable. It can sweep you up and leave you wondering where all that time went. It is sometimes important to take a moment and reflect at how things have truly changed and perhaps what hasn't changed at all, like how I may still owe the library books. And I'm graduating. Like BHS traffic, no matter how much it changes, it's still as frustrating as ever. Or how Kanye West still manages to break the internet once in a while. You know, we had our senior banquet about 5 days ago, and during this banquet, a slideshow was played. It briefly displayed the photos of our class over the 4 years of our time together. And I remember watching some of us laugh and some of the more dramatic cry. That night reminded me of something I've always and will always admire about our class. We consist of very different people, with different perspectives and different personalities, different interests. But we will strive to include each other, invite each other into our own lives. We find common interests, common goals, And we unite under these ideals not because we have to, but because we are inherently good people. I am proud of us and what we've become and what we will be in the future. BHS class of 2018, thank you for a wonderful 4 years. It has been an honor to grow among you. Make it a great life, Bulldogs.
Just amazing. Thursday night, prior to our senior awards, representatives from 32 community organizations were here to present scholarship awards to members of the graduating class. Local scholarships totaled more than $75,000 this year, and they were awarded to many worthy seniors. It is just another example among many of how this community values and supports its children and these young adults. On behalf of our senior class, I want to thank our community for the continued generous support of our students. Would the following seniors please rise when I call your name? Ryan Dindorf, Andrew Corkery, Alexander Sinkoff, Nikita Kubicki, Liam Jackson, Kyle Borges, J.D. Irons, Nicole Petrut, Evan Meinhardt, and Ella Sabati. Each year, members from our graduating class choose to serve our country through their military service. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to join me in extending our heartfelt gratitude for their commitment to serving our country. Thank you. Well, at this time, I would like to invite Superintendent Chip Magee for the presentation of the class of 2018.
I'm tempted to do a snow day recording because most of you know my voice through that. Those are fun, but this is genuinely my favorite day. Teachers, parents, families, board members, and the class of 2018. Here we are. My name is Chip Magee, and I have the honor of serving this community as the superintendent of schools. To the Bedford School Board, I am proud to present to you the class of 2018. They have met all of the requirements a Bedford School District diploma requires. They are now full members of our community of learners. They are intellectually curious, resourceful, and respectful of self and others. Academic achievement through constantly improving standards is our highest priority. To the class of 2018, congratulations on your achievements.
I would like to ask School Board Chair, Mr. Jay Nash, and Principals Jazokis and Noe to join me for the conferring of the diplomas.
All right. Ms. Baez Advisory. Erin Elizabeth Bodwin. William Junhook Bernier. Evan Redmond Catania. Hannah Elise Frederick. Gavin Christopher Grant. Sarah Gail Howell. Nicholas Robert Irvin. Adam Leonard Knowles. Mabel Lee Lynn. Michaela Christine Monaco. Alexandra V. Sinkoff. Alex Wu. Sherry Ann Young.
Mr. Basciolini's advisory. Zachary Michael Bayer. Anya Lynn Bond. Margaret Irene Brooks. Jessica Lauren Butura. Brittany Taylor Crandall. Michaela Hooker. Erin M. Kearney. Nicholas D. Nakos. Kiyomi Claire Okamoto. Luke J. Pavo. Rishab Thapa. Nicholas A. Whiting. Ken Zeng.
Mr. Bernard's Advisory, or B-Dog's Advisory. Joseph Lyman Aiello. Eric Jackson Flynn. Christopher George Francis. Devin James LaFrance. Hope Ray Lang. Evan James Meinhardt. Connor Harrington Robert. Karina Marie Shapler. Evan Richard Schwartz. Joshua Cooper Toronto. Juliette Davis Van Heerden. Gregory Michael Wheeler. Catherine Suzanne Withy.
Mr. Cannon's Advisory. Jacqueline Lee Boyd. Owen Timothy Brown. Nicholas Martin Carter. Liam James Peter Kate. Christopher John Chartier. Stephanie Priscilla Conrad. Omar Danoff. Jackson Robert Davis. Sarah Elizabeth Dobbin. Elena Shea Figler.
Erica Lauren Gettings. Marissa Estelle Johnson. Jenica Marie Mullen. Braylon Marie Nykum. Caitlin Ashley Tetro.
Ms. Charbonneau's or the Sharbs Advisory. Jordan Marie Bohan. Carissa Lee Brooks. Morgan Nicole Burke. Michael Andrew Yuensen Chen. Avery Catherine DeLacy. Emma Rose Y. Gilmore. Melanie Noel Groff. Patrick Brian Harrington. Matthew James Hickman. Timothy Hoke. Jaden Emma McDonough. Emily Regan Moore. Devin Killian O'Hara. Ria Tumankati.
Ms. Clark's Advisory. Christopher John Allard. Matthew Robert Biederman. Gabriella Ann Sabati. Larissa Dezane. Samuel James Gregson. John David Russell Irons. Asha Magdalene Mulmore. Charles Redmond. Brendan Andrew Russell. Timothy Charles Saltzman. Shayla Danielle Vincent.
Ms. Costigan's advisory. Remy Oliver Bedard. Ryan Michael Dindorf. Allegra Doty. Dante C. Gear. Grace Amelia Johnson. Ajay Kancherlapalli. Colton Robert Krasinski. Lauren Maria Labanti. Lacey Priscilla Levine. Jillian Paige LaValle. John Scott Lovely. Christian Ralph Tonneson. Brandon Michael Trento.
Ms. Doyle's advisory. Haley Nicolette Allen. Raleigh Claire Banish. Luke D. Bull. Connor Stephen Crowley. John M. Cusack. Matthew Delamater. Alexa Lorraine Dyer. Allison Marley Fillion. Madison Catherine Griffin. Caroline Mary Kiesling. Ryan Jonathan Lee. Madeline Marie Anzes. Annie Alexis Schulman.
Ms. Metzen and Ms. Falls Advisory. Jeffrey Michael Ashburner. Ariana Blake Rose Brialt. Jillian Cooper. Katie Marie Dezane. Catherine Nicole Dillman. Mitchell Francis Harrison. Joshua Gunnar Netner. Kayvon Lanian. Nicholas R. Sheppy. Michael C. Sheppy. Joshua Stephen Veneman.
Mr. Fritz's Advisory. Jennifer Appleby. Brooke Diamond Burden. Maxwell Jeffrey Chartier. Satvika Dabi. Kyle Scott Drapo. Tasia Alexis Ellie. Nicholas Sebastian Freitzel. Kate Melanie Gavilanis. Kemal Jenk. Daniel Joseph Hawkins. Stuart Dixon Kirkpatrick. Connor A. Lorendo. Gabrielle Lauren Lavoie. Dominic Liam Marlowe.
Ms. Gaudette's advisory. Chloe Elizabeth Adams. Spencer E. Beck. Benjamin C. Bostock. Graham McDonald Burden. Aubrey Peyton Clark. Howard A. DePaiva. Josh Louis Lariviere. Carly Maria LeClaire. Ariana Elizabeth Legacy. Trent Lavassiere. Jennifer Lynn Lofsted. Amanda Ann Lucia. Connor John McCullough. Kira Elizabeth Rapp.
Ms. Gilchrist's advisory. Sophia Arlene Capistran. Catherine Elizabeth Coble. Josh Siegel Gould. Melinda Green. Bryce Dennis Lorendo. Alexandra Matters. Deepti Rao. Stephanie Taylor Ropes. Joseph Francis San Clemente. Ban Shoker. Nicholas Daniel Vincent. Jonathan Richard Violet. Autumn Kendall Wallace. Samuel William Westbrook.
Ms. Hagedorn's advisory. Mason Dana Adams. Daniel Franklin Boyarski. Olivia Rose Coco. Hall Donald Crowder. Richard John D'Amico. Karis Louise Eldred. Erin Bernadette Murphy. Peyton James Murray. Brianne Nicole Poles. Anna Beatrice Ropes. Stephen Thomas Simpson. Kaylee Helen Southwell. Jackson Teague Sullivan.
Ms. Heinz's advisory. Francesca B. Asmus. Jennifer Nicole Barbuto. Jillian Beal Collins. Quinn C. Davis. Spencer A. Dias. Chloe Morgan Gibbs. Caitlin Lene Helton. Grant Douglas Levine. Julia Grace Letourneau. Gannon Francis Lowry. Lily Michelle Merchant. Audrey Cecile Peterson. Brooke Celeste Woltz.
Mr. Jacobs advisory. Bobby J. Callahan. Jessica Parker Deachman. Genevieve Annette Flynn. Here we go. Sophia Tanner Guerra. Jordan Ashley Hall. Chloe Ariana Hansen. Asin Hussein. Haley Marie Joyle. Chase Alexander McEachern. Jack W. O'Donnell. Michelle Elizabeth Sante.
Ms. Magnuson's advisory. Spencer Luring Adams. Kyle Scott Bourgeois. Good job. Stephen James Chartier. Claire Driscoll. Benjamin Randall Hawkins. Brandon David Jameson. Michael Patrick Mullen. Nice job, Mike. Charles Henderson Speaker. Jacqueline Grace Wilberton.
Ms. Max advisory. Jamie Richard Burrows.
Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you, BHS Class 2018. You guys rock.
Matthew Cassidy. Benjamin Richard Deary. Anthony Philip Jackson. Corey LaBelle. James Taylor Lombardi Jr. Sadie Ray McIver. Zachary O'Shaughnessy. Victoria Cornell Pratt. Jonathan Luke Rosenbaum. Samara Rosen. Noah John Safrazi. Abigail Catherine Vikstrom.
The Rich Dino Advisory. Tyler William Barnard. Rachel Christine Bryant. Noah Joseph Chabrook. Shawn Chatterjee. Isabel Grace Klein. Ruth Driscoll. Samantha Rose Gallo. Joseph Scott Halcars. Taylor Lynn Hoople. Emma Michelle Kneisel Williams. Jeremy Jeffrey Lee. Dakota J.R.W. Marshall. Noah K. McLeod. Christopher Ryan McSherry. Neve Maraid Trainer Murphy. Silas Jude Parker. Brittany Janelle Pearson. Gordon Joseph Ricard. Neutrino Chenny Rio. Tiffany Olivia Zebka. Kristen Ann Soldow. Jacob D. Watson. Gabriel David Whitney. Francesca Elizabeth Williams.
Mrs. Orrego's advisory. Quinn Nicole Allen. Dimitri Dikeos and Anagnost. Sorry, Dimitri. Benjamin John Jackson. Kristen Stacy Lavoy. Kelsey Patricia Nannon. Alexander Michael Potella. Sarah Hala Salem. Bradley Jacob Silver. Kaylin Michelle Tracy. Emily Jewel Van Heerdem.
Mr. Pingree's advisory. Timothy Tormain Dugan. Good job, bud. Bailey Elizabeth Ellis. Cole David Glennon. Emily John Grocott. Liam O'Connor Jackson. Brendan Cullinane Joyce. Good job, bud. Nathan Thomas Musgrave. Yeah, you're welcome. Nicholas Mark Pratt. May Elizabeth Russell. Alexa Jordan Sorrow.
Ms. Pingree's advisory. Nolan James Anderson. Ryan Field Blakely. Lindsay Marie Bamba. Mackenzie Catherine Chu. Cecilia Renee de Blasi. Mansi Himanshu Desai. Kyle James Fink. Harrison Andrew Hawkins. Harrison Frederick Colmorgan. Carter Marquis. Hannah Josephine Rinko. Ian O'Neill Spenley. Brenna Foy Thomason. Sydney Lynn Tung.
Mr. Peon's advisory. Thatcher Ross Albiston. Olivia Lee Anderson. Shannon Marie Bolser. Maxwell Edward Boyarski. Ryan Marshall Douthart. Kimberly Rose Fountain.
That's right, DJ.
Matthew Paul Gilligan. Nathan Robert Cantor. Mary Elizabeth McGuire. Rachel Morshead. Jack Nolan St. Hilaire.
Ms. Pratt's advisory. Cole Richard Benson. Jacob Robert Boyarski. Eleanor Jacqueline Cloutier. Madison Graves. Brian Richard Haynes. Nikita Michelle Kubicki. Truman Henry Larson. Kai Rasby. Mia Catherine Roy. Angelina A. Snegich. Kelly Marie Street. Nicholas James Chewy. Rohit R. Yeram.
Mr. Stanks Advisory. Sophia Caroline Anderson. Amanda Nicole Butura. Carly Desiree Casey. Jacob Thomas Kutu. Shawn Christopher Demerit. Molly Kathleen Elric. Matthew Joseph Giroux. Lauren Natalia Johnson. Reed Hobart Kirkpatrick. Joshua Scott Colmer. Liam Brian McDermott. Nicholas Paul Mokas. Thomas Elliott Norfleet.
Ms. Phillips and Ms. Taylor's advisory. Seth R. Andrews. Joseph Fitzgerald Barrett. Catherine A. Beagle. Tyler J. Bourgeois. Madeline Ann Capodilupo. Sarah Catherine Clark. Andrew Robert Corkery. Kyle Glenn Demerit. Kylie Marie Diamond. Lauren Nicole Ebert. Sophia Jewel Falkengren. Caitlin Marie Fletcher. Kyle James Greer. Ethan J. Huffman. Connor Whaling Kiefer. Benjamin Lawrence Lacombe. Maxwell T. Marchand. Aiden Keanuhea McAdden. Jeffrey Paul Masso. Edward James Nash. Emily Catherine O'Keefe. Daniel Arthur Onzes. Jessica Marie Prudhomme. Abigail Rebecca Rutherford. Matthew Earl Simpson. Tia Renee Singleton. Zachary Charles Swazo. Kimberly S. Yang.
Miss Woods Advisory. Anthony Vincent Costa. Mariana Hincapie. Carrington Pavo. Nicole Jacqueline Petrut. Caitlin Ashley Pinto. Jarlith Eric Riley.
family, friends, staff, platform guests, most importantly, seniors. This is where the magic happens. I'd like to invite our class officers, Shawn Chatterjee, Kate Gavalanis, Josh Gould, Kelsey Nannon, Brendan Trento, and Mac Chen to the podium, please.
Hi everyone, I'm happy to announce that our class gift given from our class, the class of 2018 to BHS, is going to be another automatic water bottle filler which will be placed on the 3rd floor. And so once again, congrats to the class of 2018. We did it. Woo!
All right, guys. You want your tassel starting on the right? We're gonna move it to the left, on to greater things these next 4 years. Ready? And to the left. We made it!
Can we throw them?
Well done. Well done. Well
Can
done.
we throw them?
Is this where we throw them?
Let's throw them after you can throw them now. All right, we have 2 things left. 2. The first one is just a very quick announcement. There was an engagement ring lost in the women's bathroom. If someone picked it up, if you could bring it down to the stage after we're completed here, that would be, I'm sure, greatly appreciated by someone. And the next thing, and last thing as we process out, something new we're going to try. Everyone has in their program some lyrics. Seniors, you have some lyrics? Can I have my marshals have everybody stand up? And can I ask Miss Gaudette to get us ready to lead when you're ready? Let's sing it out for the graduates of 2018. Here we go. I want to hear you, Mr. Magee. Come on now, here we go. Where it began, we can't begin to knowing, but the school spirit's growing strong. And in the spring, then spring became the summer. Believe this day would come. Here we go. Come on now. Hug it up now. Come on. All right now, audience, you got this one. All dogs alive. This day never felt so good. Say goodbye. I'm saving all our memories. All right, here we go. Look at the time. It flew by so quickly. Fill it up with hopes. And when we go, Bulldogs as one team. All right, here we go. Last time through. Come on, big. Last time together, guys. Last time together. All together. Don't miss anything. Best of luck, 2018. Been a great class. Enjoy the rest of your day, folks.